My name is Nicolette Balogh, and I've been a teacher for 8 years with HISD. I've taught pre-K through second grade, and I've built a career that I truly expected and hope to carry on through retirement. But over the years, I've come to realize that it is unsustainable salary-wise, health and safety-wise, especially in the past 2 years. But I'm quitting because of the health and safety concerns.
My name is Shana. I'm a fifth grade math teacher and I teach in Southeast Texas. I've been teaching for almost 7 years, started in January 2016. And what we're seeing this year is almost complete abandonment of the safety issues and those things that were put in place to make teachers feel safe, make students feel safe. And it hasn't gone away. And in some ways, the pandemic has gotten worse. We got this incredibly contagious variant going around, and lots of people are getting sick. And I think a lot of teachers, myself included, just don't feel safe.
My name is Luis Garza. I'm a teacher at Memorial High School in McAllen, Texas. I teach a whole bunch of different things, mainly English language arts. Well, the safety protocols aren't as strict as they were before. Some of the things that are happening now is we don't really have a mask mandate anymore, which is driving numbers up.
It would be really wonderful if state leadership could recognize this and look at it the way they were doing at first. Like, oh, this is serious. We need to make sure that everyone feels safe. Teachers feel safe at their jobs. Students feel safe in the place that they go to learn. And instead, what we've got going on is, well, almost like a negative portrayal of teachers who are worried or scared.
Hello, my name is George Cuba. I am a math teaching assistant at Jackie Singley Academy, which is in Irving, ISD. Some of the challenges I've been seeing in the classroom, of course, has been affecting almost every district at this point, is teacher shortages, and not just shortage of teachers, but just staff in general. My position has been used for coverage, which I'm used to in a sense because I used to be a substitute teacher, so it's not like a brand new. It's nothing daunting, but it's definitely exhausting having to come in every day and not really technically do my job, which is assisting math education.
This is per campus, but on my personal campus, I started off with 26 students in my pre-K class. Now I have 24, and there's no physical way to social distance each student that much. Once we get into teachers being absent, students are placed in other rooms. So at one point in my classroom, I had 48 students for an extended amount of time. Other teachers, one of our ancillary teachers has had 70 plus students for a class to give teachers coverage.
It's just gotten so political. And at first, there was just this outpouring of support for teachers and other people who were just keeping our society afloat. And now it's gotten to where, where teachers are worried and they're speaking out about not feeling safe, that getting kind of a negative portrayal. And we're just trying to do our best, but it's hard to be your best when you're worried and you're worried about the safety of your family and your students. And
they're not backing up teachers when it comes to their professionalism. They're not treating us like professionals. When we go through a lot of different trainings, a lot of different certifications just to be able to teach in the classroom, and unfortunately, the state isn't doing that. They're undermining our profession.
I've heard more than last year people just having breakdowns or having heightened anxiety. I myself, at the beginning of this school year, I had a seizure. The neurologist said it's like the most likely explanation is stress. And so quite possibly just having to start a full school year in still pandemic conditions eats at you. It demoralizes you essentially.
When teachers are this tired and showing up, this is when mistakes happen and when burnout happens. And children already have social emotional gaps from COVID, and they're showing up to a classroom where there either is no coverage for them and they're being shoved into a different classroom, or there is coverage that's not emotionally ready to take care of 25 plus students and their needs. I feel like I personally am in survival mode. And I know a lot of teachers are back in the first year survival mode, just trying to get by.
what needs to happen is I want to get back to that sense that we were all working together, because that's what I felt like last year, even though it was scary and we were scrambling to get new stuff out there, new curriculum. Parents and teachers and administrators were all working together in the community. We all felt appreciated.
We have to have leadership from the state providing enough resources for new and experienced teachers. We don't have that right now. We have the state basically attacking teachers and their profession.
I love the parents. They support us. They do their best to support their kids at home, and that's what they have been doing, even when we were thrown into chaos years ago. They, a lot of them had to stay home with their kids. The economy was in chaos, but they did their best to support their kids, and they're still doing that now.
Okay, what can we do constructively with parents as well? That's kind of the whole point of a school. It should be a community hub for not just students, but also for parents. It's part of a child's development. It's like the psychological debate of nature versus nurture. I don't think it's either or. I think it's both. And same thing with parents and teachers. I think it's both of them are partaking in the development of the child.
But I want everybody to come together and support teachers like they were. Teachers already were overworked and underpaid.
Being short-staffed wouldn't be too exhausting if also, generally speaking, our compensation was reflected that. Our pay is not even outpacing inflation. So
come in and see what we do. Watch us teach. And I think that would help at least give the public an idea of what the reality is.
It's very upsetting that I entered this career knowing that I couldn't have this as a sole income when I have a family. So I put my personal life on hold, as many other teachers do, of course, because I cannot afford a family right now with just a teacher's salary. It's not something we should ask any person in a career to do, let alone the force that is taking care of our children and the front line of caretakers for our children.